Good morning. I'm sure many of you, myself included, have oftentimes dreamt about winning it big through the lottery. It's not an uncommon sight to be driving down the freeway and see the Powerball or the Mega Millions jackpots displaying big numbers available to win. This isn't surprising due to the fact that the lottery itself is a $54 billion a year industry. To me, that's huge. To go even further, many states oftentimes promote this as an education lottery, promising that the benefits and proceeds received will go back towards the education funding and back into the classrooms of our children. Many of you would be shocked to learn the truth, however, as was I, in knowing that the money received through the lottery system isn't always spent in the way that it's perceived or advertised. To illustrate my point, let me break down a typical dollar and how it's spent in the lottery. For every dollar spent, 50 cents of that goes back towards the winnings, the earnings. Those are the numbers that you see on the billboards. An additional 20 cents of that goes towards the operating costs of running the lottery, paying the employees, so on and so forth. That leaves an additional 30% or 30 cents on the dollar that goes back to the state. While that might not seem like a lot initially, if you think back to the $54 billion a year, 30 cents of that adds up very quickly. To illustrate this even further, let me give you some examples of some states and their contributions back. In California, for example, they received $24 billion since 1985 when the lottery started back into their education system. In Virginia, that number is slightly smaller and only $5 billion, but if you break that down per year, that's millions and millions of dollars back into the education system. While that may sound like a good thing, and with those huge numbers, many people might ask, well, where's the lag coming from? Why are we still lacking in education funding? Why are we still going through budget cuts despite these huge numbers? The answer comes in a couple of different ways. Mainly, it's the way that the money is being spent. Rather than being used as a supplement, as it's advertised or even perceived by the population, those lottery benefits are being used in lieu of an actual budget. In other words, the lawmakers are taking that money that would have been spent on an education budget and spending it on other parts and using the lottery money as the supplement to the income. Michael Johnson, an executive director of the Illinois Association of School Boards, goes on to say that the general public, they were fooled by this belief that it's additional money above and beyond what we would normally get. That's just not true. Another way that there is being a shortfall is that in places like California, where it is being considered a supplement, it's only a small fraction of the overall education benefit and doesn't go a long ways. It's actually, in California, like I said, it's 1/70th. In other places, it goes down to maybe 1/20th, 1/30th, but still not a lot of that money is going back into the education system, or if it is, it's only making a small dent. Some other negatives for the lottery include, obviously, its gambling system. There are real addictions, real people with problems, gambling problems. And as such, it's also sometimes considered a poor tax based on the number of people and the type of population that actually goes out and spends money regularly in the lottery, which is the poor class. And like I said, with those dreams of winning big, winning the big money and getting their break. In closing, I just want to reiterate, I'm not in favor of shutting down the lottery system altogether. In fact, I myself quite regularly enjoy buying a lottery ticket, enjoy that thrill of gambling and thinking that I'm going to strike it big. Hasn't happened to me yet, and I'm sure it won't happen to very many people. In replace of that, rather than getting rid of the lottery, I would like to suggest that we get in touch with our lawmakers, with Congress and our leaders, to come up with an effective budget in order to effectively spend the money wisely, bring back those education benefits that we so badly need to fund our future for our children, rather than promising that the lottery is going to save us and donate those big dollars when it's really not. I hope you enjoyed listening to me. I hope I gave and provided some good information for you and sparked your curiosity, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks.